Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Rich Franklin to defeat Vitor Belfort. Whatever. And I'm here to talk about Magomed Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker 2. Magomed Ankalaev is 18-1-1 as a pro, 31 years old, and he's given up 3 inches of height and 7 inches of reach to 31-year-old Johnny Walker, who is 21-7. These two guys fought a few months ago on one of the pay-per-view cards. This was a main card fight. So for a $16 fight, this one really shit the bed. Johnny Walker was... What the hell happened? It was a no contest or he won via DQ. I don't even know what the official result was. But he was kneed in the head and he couldn't continue. And the fight was stopped. But he could continue. He just couldn't convey that in the moment. It was just so fucking disappointing. And then chaos ensued for a minute or so. But anyway, here they are. They're about to do it again in a 5-round fight, potentially. And I say that half-jokingly, because I did joke that Johnny Walker would never go 5 rounds when he was booked to fight Thiago Santos, and then they went 5 rounds. So I'll hold my tongue here, but I don't expect Johnny Walker to go 5 rounds in a winning or losing effort. Magomed Ankalaev, he's got 1 loss, and it's via submission with 1 second left in a 3-round fight against Paul Craig. It was his UFC debut. He was 1 second away from certain victory, and he tapped when he could have stayed awake and just let the bell ring. But either way, I'm sure that loss has haunted him enough, so I'll move on. But I'll say that's the one way he's been defeated. Johnny Walker, he's got 7 losses. 4 of them are via knockout. I think one of those is an injury. Maybe not. I think they're all 4 legit knockouts. And one of them is via submission. Klidson Abreu got him with a submission way back when. But in general, his chin is his primary vulnerability. It's the way he's lost to Jamal Hill and Corey Anderson in the UFC. And he had this one loss to Henrique Silva Lopez outside the UFC where he was knocked out 4 times in one fight. So in general, his chin is a problem for him, even at 31 years old. But his danger is a problem for everyone else. Johnny Walker's got 19 finishes in his 21 wins, as opposed to just around 50% for Ankalaev. Johnny Walker's got 19 out of 21, 16 knockouts and 3 submissions. He did submit Iwan Kutalaba, but as we've seen in the UFC, the knockout is what you have to worry about with Johnny Walker. And here in this fight, my opinion hasn't changed so much from the first breakdown. After rewatching them fight, I do think Ankalaev has to work to get past the leg kicks of Johnny Walker, the calf kicks. And Johnny Walker, of course, has enough height and reach to give himself the outside striking advantage against most fighters. It's just that he's not the best at fighting that way, and I do think even trying to fight conservatively, Ankalaev's hands would take over the fight in a way that, like, Anthony Smith or something couldn't. Ankalaev also has incredible grappling. He's got no submission victories, but he's still got really good wrestling and really good top control. Again, his one loss does come via triangle choke, but it's to Paul Craig, so it's a little forgivable. I do think if he was able to take Johnny Walker down, he would certainly control him, if not maul him. And on the feet, I think Johnny Walker is dangerous and more capable in a lot of ways, but he's just more vulnerable, and Ankalaev's a beast himself. I think Ankalaev goes through him, and it's going to be via knockout. I'm not quite as sure as I was. I think I picked round 1 the first time. I'm not as sure about that, but I do think Ankalaev takes away the strengths of Johnny Walker, makes this not about him being on the outside of calf kicks, and eventually sucks some of the life out of Johnny Walker and knocks him out. I'm going with Ankalaev via TKO in the middle of the fight. I'll wait to see what the prop bets are, but as of now, there's nothing, and I'm generally staying away from this. Magomed Ankalaev at minus 455. Not worth it. So that's the breakdown. I'm hoping for Johnny Walker to win, to be honest. I love Johnny Walker, but he's just too vulnerable. And Ankalaev, he's one of those uncrowned king type of fighters. This guy could easily be the champion. I think the world of his skills, and I think they're going to get him a victory. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.